Hey everyone, if you're serious about deep sky astronomy and you've been wondering whether the Celestron CGX-L 1100 is actually worth the investment, stick around, because after putting this scope through its paces under dark skies and suburban backyards alike, I've got a clear take on who it's really for and whether it delivers on its promises. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the 11-inch aperture is the headline act. That extra inch over a 10-inch might not sound like much, but when you're chasing faint galaxies or splitting tight globular clusters, every bit of light-gathering power matters. I've used smaller scopes before, and the difference in contrast on something like the Veil Nebula or the Ring Nebula is noticeable right away. You get more detail without straining your eyes or pushing magnification too hard. The Starbright XLT coatings are another big win. I've had nights where the humidity was high and the moon was up, and even then, contrast stayed solid. Stars pop against the background instead of blending in, which makes a huge difference when you're hunting for small planetary nebulae or faint galaxy cores. It's not just about raw aperture, it's about how cleanly the scope delivers that light to your eyepiece. Now, the CGX-L mount is where this setup earns its keep. It's not just stable, it's quietly stable. I've run 3-minute unguided exposures at 150x without any noticeable field rotation, and that's with a full load of accessories. The dual-axis motors and the auto-guided capability make it feel like the scope is almost anticipating your next move. If you're imaging or doing long visual sessions, the difference between this and a wobbly Alt-AZ setup is night and day. The included 9x50 finderscope is actually useful, which surprised me. It's bright enough to pick up stars in light-polluted areas, and the crosshair reticle makes star hopping straightforward. I've skipped the finder upgrade on other scopes, but here it's genuinely helpful for quick alignment and target acquisition. One thing I really appreciate is the internal mirror flop reduction. With heavy eyepieces or cameras, the primary mirror can shift and throw off your focus. The CGX-L's mirror support system keeps things locked in, so once you nail focus, you're not chasing it every time you switch eyepieces. That's a small detail, but it adds up over a long night. The 40mm eyepiece gives you a generous 70x magnification, which is perfect for sweeping open clusters or framing large nebulae like the North America Nebula. It's wide enough to be immersive without losing too much detail. If you want to push higher, the dual-speed focuser gives you the precision you need for planetary viewing or high-power splitting. That said, it's not a grab-and-go setup. The CGX-L weighs about 60 pounds assembled, and the tripod alone is chunky. If you're lugging this to a remote site, you'll want a helper or a good dolly. Also, collimation isn't as straightforward as on a refractor. You'll need to get comfortable with the process or have a local astronomy club help you out at first. So, who's this for? If you're an intermediate to advanced observer who values sharp optics, stable tracking, and the ability to chase faint deep sky objects without breaking the bank on premium mounts, this is a solid choice. It's overkill for casual lunar viewing or quick planetary glances, but if you're serious about the hobby, it delivers. Pros-wise, the optics are consistently sharp, the mount is rock solid for imaging and long visual sessions, and the included accessories cover the basics well. The only real cons are the weight and the learning curve around collimation and setup. It's not something you'll toss in the trunk and set up in 5 minutes. If you're on the fence, the CGX-L 1100 is a scope that grows with you. It's not the cheapest entry into astronomy, but it's one of the best values when you factor in what it can do out of the box. Check it out using the link below if you want to see the current price and availability.